So I'm taking off my power steering pump, which is down there underneath the AC condenser. So first off, I'm just ripping off my hoses, and so far it ain't that hard. Just gotta line up which sizes go to which. Why did I grab a 20? It's probably 21. Yeah, it's 21. Anyways, yeah, so I made sure there's no Freon in my line, mainly because, you know, my system can't hold Freon. So now I'm just taking off the hoses. I'm about to rip off that condenser next, so I'll be right back with that. Yeah, so got these out. Now I just gotta take off this pump or compressor. It's pretty easy. Just 4 bolts, one right here, one down here, and 2 up here. And this just pops right off. Yeah, then we have, well, as much room as we're gonna get to get in that power steering pump. You can see why I gotta replace it. Blew a seal on the front of it, or something. It's just dumping power steering. 2 bolts right here, one right there, 19. Another one with a spacer goes right here, also 19. All they do is support it. I think the top one's also helpful for adjusting. That looks like it is, but yeah, I don't know. You got these little guys, I'm pretty sure they're 15s, but those are the last things holding the condenser in, and it's just gonna pop out. And then I have access for my power steering pump. Maybe I'll take that bracket off too. We'll see. Yeah, so those are all that was holding in the AC condenser. There's 15s and 19s. And yep, just comes right out. But I've got to take the belts off. Then bam, just like that. Oh, it's out. I need 2 hands for this. Oh, okay, got that out. Now we have access to the pump. Now mine is leaking from what seems to be the little seam, kind of hard to see, right there with that. It's glowing between the bracket and the reservoir, right in there. That's what is leaking for me. It just kind of drips on down. It's because that is the pump itself, and the pump sits inside the reservoir. It's a whole thing. There's a seal you can put in there. I'm not going to do that. I have a lifetime warranty on this part. I'm just going to rip it out and go take it back. It's been a few weeks since I put this in. I think it's this bolt right here, this bolt right here, one back here, and I think there's one more on the bottom. Yeah, I think it's just this one and that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, another 4 bolts. Should be easy, and then I gotta pop that pulley off, but that's not usually too hard, just time consuming. Alright. But yeah, so far this is pretty easy. Just 4 bolts, 2 hoses, rip off the AC condenser, 4 bolts holding that in. You got 2 hoses. One right here, which is a 14, I believe. Or maybe it's a 14 that connects to the back, I don't know. Rip this hose off. Rip this hose off, that's a screwdriver. And power steering pump should be free. Yeah. Cool, I'll be right back. Just like that, got the old one out. Yeah, it took no time at all. Just, I'm missing a bolt. Anyways, it was 3 bolts and 1 nut. Here's the nut. So I took those out, took the hoses off, and it just fell out. Literally fell out. I had to catch it. So now I just gotta rip this pulley off, take those hoses off the back, and
reverse the process.
Yeah, and wait for the new one to get here. Should be easy. So I got the new pump and pulley, well, old pulley, but put on the new pump. Now I just gotta throw it back in there and pray to God that this one's not gonna leak like the other one, which was also practically new. Round 3. Also, split my second finger open. One on this hand, and already got this one bandaged up. But still, 2 for 2. Woo! Okay. So all I gotta do to this is put my pressure hose right in here. Okay, might need to go grab something to take that off, but pressure hose right here, return hose right here, and that's just 3/8 bulk hose with screw-on clamps. This is, I believe, a 16 that is just screwed in there. I don't know what that is. Oh wait, that's for the, yeah, it's for one of the bolts that hold it in. Then, yeah, I just gotta throw it in there. It's only 4 bolts, 2 hoses, and then the condenser is also 4 bolts, 2 hoses. Basically reversing the process of putting it back in. It's easy as hell. Shouldn't take too long. And then, gotta bleed it, which is also not that hard to do. Put the hoses back on, now I just gotta throw it back in there. And just like that, I got the pump in. Make sure when you're doing this that you take the little retaining stud out of this pump, because without it you won't be able to put the bolt on to, you know, keep that tight. I forgot to take it off my old one, and I'm confident that these 3 bolts will be able to hold this power steering pump steady enough. Worst case scenario, I just buy a whole pump on a used pump on Amazon or eBay and rip it off there, but I'm sure this will be fine. Alright, now it's the condenser time. And then after that, you gotta bleed it and hope that this one doesn't leak just like the previous 2. Alright, got everything all hooked up, even the wire to the condenser that I forgot about earlier. At least the last time I did this. Now I just gotta reconnect the hoses, put fluid in it, and then how I'm gonna bleed it is I'm gonna lift the 2 front tires off the ground. I'm gonna fill the reservoir, leave the cap off, turn it on, and just turn the steering wheel max, turn it the other way max. I'm gonna do that a good number of times until it stops screaming, basically. Okay, got everything put back together. Now I'm gonna bleed the brakes. I think I forgot my keys. And like I said, just back and forth. Gotta get all the air out. Like butter.